Hello and welcome back to Man v Film. It's time for another announcement video. We have Radiance's June titles here, which have a couple of familiar and interesting directors or attachments, which I am curious about. Names that I really appreciate and like their work so far. So let's dive in and have a proper look at the titles and see what they're about. First up, we have The Pornographers on UHD and Blu-ray Limited Edition. It's a film by Shohei Imamura, which, if you don't know that name, then be familiar with that name. His films are excellent. Here we have The Pornographers. A former Buddhist monk turned erotic filmmaker, Subu Yan, lives with hairdresser Haro and her two teenage children. Shooting 2 skin flicks per day, he somehow manages to stay out of the clutches of the Yakuza. But real trouble starts when Haru discovers him lusting after her daughter. Shohei Imamura's landmark satire of post-war affluence was adapted from the internationally renowned novel by Akiyuki Nosaka and brings to vivid life the seedy side of 1960s Japan. So we've got a new 4K restoration from the original camera negative. 4K UHD and Blu-ray presentation of the feature, world premiere on 4K, uncompressed mono PCM audio, interview with actor Masomai Kondo, interview with Inuyuko Yomata and Akiyuki Nosaka, interview with Tony Raines, Cinema de Notre Temps, Shohei Imamura, The Free Thinker, a French TV documentary on the filmmaker, which is 63 minutes. Wow. We have a trailer, new improved English subtitle translation, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet, and it's limited to 5,000 copies. As always, add 3 or more of the June releases and get 10% off. Yeah, Shohei Imamura is absolutely a filmmaker I want to see more of. What I've seen has all been excellent, so yes. And then we have another film by Shohei Imamura, Warm Water Under a Red Bridge. When a dying friend tells out-of-work salaryman Yosuke about a hidden treasure, he sets off in search of the only clue about its location, a house by a red bridge. What he finds instead is a woman who transcends all his fantasies. Japanese master Shohei Imamura's final feature reunites the cast and crew of his Palme d'Or winning The Eel for a boldly sensuous and taboo-breaking love story. We got a high-def digital transfer, uncompressed mono PCM audio, introduction to the film by Takeshi Miike, interview by co-writer Daisuke Tengan, making of documentary, archival discussion between Imamura and Miike, theatrical trailer, teaser trailer directed by Miike with newly filmed intro, new improved English subtitle translation, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet, and it's limited to 3,000 copies. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. I like the fact that Takeshi Miike is involved in one way or another, just with being a fan of the film. Yeah, another one to look forward to. Then we have Tête, contre, murs. After he steals money from his wealthy father one too many times, the rebellious Francois, played by Jean-Pierre Mocky, who his box set of films from Radiance was incredible, is forced to commit to a psychiatric institution. Labelled a delinquent and an arsonist, he endures the dehumanising treatment reserved for society's rejects and attempts to thwart the archaic methods of the cruel Dr. Vermont. Adapted by Mocky from Harv Bazin's shocking autobiographical novel, this poetic and furious debut feature from Georges Franju features an all-star cast including Anouk Aimée and France's only visitor Paul Meurice in the role of the more modern Dr. Emery, and Charles Aznavour as a long-time resident of the institution. We have a 4K restoration by Eclectic Classics, supervised by Mocky Delicious Products, uncompressed mono PCM audio, archival interview with the screenwriter Mocky, archival interview with the director and actor, interview with Mocky's assistant, new improved English subtitle, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet, and limited to 3,000 copies. Now, like I said, loved the Mocky box set. I thought the films were all incredible. In fact, I've been patiently waiting on a second set of his films to come out. Interested to see something where he wrote, didn't direct, but starred in, just to see comparisons with that. And then finally, we have Solo, a film by Jean-Pierre Mocky, a womanizing violinist and jewel thief. What a great pairing. Love that first sentence. Must abandon his carefree lifestyle when he learns that his younger brother is part of the leftist revolutionary group responsible for the brutal murders of powerful men. Determined to save the life of his idealistic sibling, the cynical drifter becomes embroiled in a struggle that is not his to fight. A decade after appearing in Tête, contre, murs, Jean-Pierre Mocky returned to acting with his profoundly satirical crime drama, unflinching and heavily influenced by American cinema. Solo captures the visceral feeling of disillusionment in a post-1968 French society brimming with rage and sinister powers that be. We have a 4K restoration by Eclair Classics, supervised by Mocky Delicious Products, a 2.0 DTS master audio, archival interview with screenwriter and star Mocky, interview with actor Anne DeLuise, interview with Jean-Pierre Mocky's assistant, trailer, optional English subtitles, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet, and it's limited to 3,000 copies. Yeah, great. Like I said, I wanted to see more Mocky films. This is something that is absolutely in my wheelhouse and something that I'm looking forward to. It's an interesting lineup. We've got 2 Imamura, 2 Mocky. I think that's great. And it's all films that I haven't seen before, but I'm familiar with the filmmakers and I like what they've done previously. So I'm already bought into that and I can't wait to get my hands on these films and check them out. I would love to know what you think of these announcements. What jumps out at you? Is there anything that jumps out? Have you seen any of these films before? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, as well as what you're picking up. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.